series. Today is the 29th of June 2026. Tomorrow is the end of the month, and we're going to be wrapping up the nutrition series. So today we're talking about beyond the plate. Beyond the plate, nutrition that changes lives. How many of you have been enjoying this series so far? Can I see that? Please drop it. Let's get your review. How many of you have gotten value? How many of you have enjoyed the series so far? And the nutrition series we've been all about this month. How many of you have gotten one or two things to work with? Though personally, I've gotten a lot of reviews. So many have dropped even in the comments, in the review, and the replace sections. Those that got replay, they got dropped. Even some sent to me personally that they've been implementing some things and they've been seeing changes. There's no how when it comes to nutrition that you implement what you've been taught for 3 whole weeks without seeing some level of changes. It is impossible, totally impossible. It doesn't mean that the child will be totally changed. It's not about changing the child per se. It's not about changing the child as it were, but you will see that notable changes in the right direction. You will see that notable changes in the right direction. So many of you have sent me reviews. We are still waiting for more, because I personally, the more I teach it, so it also reinforces what I already know. It reinforces what I am already practicing. So I think we have been doing so well, and thank you. Please, as usual, call your friends, your loved ones, your well-wishers, your siblings, your friends, your children's school parents, your village people. Go and tell them the Pesetan Mom is live. Please do well to invite them, call them to participate. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. You can't do that alone. No man is an island. God has not created us to do life alone. Please involve everyone with you. Have parenting partners when it comes to raising your children, especially those with developmental delay. You can't carry the body alone. Have parenting partners. Have trusted adults you can commit your system to. Have trusted adults. So have people that hear what you are hearing, so that if you have any reason to take a break, if you have any reason to take a rest, you know that your children are in safe hands. So trusted adults are very important, because there comes a time in children's life that you will not be the only voice they are hearing. If you think that it's only you they will listen to all the days of their life, you'll be deceiving yourself. If you think it's only your instruction, it's only your word they will heed to all the days of their life, you might be losing it. Because it will be as if you are giving yourself false hope. As children are growing, they will need the voice of others. That's why you need to place trusted adults, those that are parenting with you in the lives of those children, that can also stand in for you. So go and inform them that we are live, so they could join and pick one or two things. Here we share what works. Here we teach as simplified as possible, things you can easily run with and make changes with. Thank you so much. We are glad to be here today. Hope you had a very restful weekend. I did, and you can see I'm looking poppy this morning. I've had a refreshing time. Okay, thank you. Alrighty, we have Beyond the Plates. The topic is very, 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 very interesting. Beyond the plate, nutrition that changes life. Nutrition that changes life. I want to begin by asking you a question. How many of you have ever blamed yourselves? How many of you have blamed yourself? Maybe you've wondered, am I doing enough? Why isn't my child improving? What if I had known this earlier? Today, I want you to unburden. I want to lift that burden, because Nutrition is not about guilt. So nutrition is not about guilt. Nutrition is about giving your child the best opportunity to thrive. Nutrition is not about guilt. It's not about, oh, what you would have done or what you didn't do. Because, when it comes to helping a child thrive, it's about what you could have done, what you didn't do. One thing is what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So it's not about the guilt. It's not about what I should have done if I have heard this earlier. It's not about what I shouldn't have done. No, it is about the opportunity. It is when you wake up that is your dawn. It's about the opportunity to help your child thrive. So nutrition is not about the guilt. You have to know that even as we are starting at this moment, your child diagnosis is not your fault. It's not caused by bad parenting. It's not caused by one witch or one thing. It's not about it's not your fault. You did not do anything in that, though there might be some negligence, medical negligence, and some other negligence that could have resulted to some disabilities. Remember in the Bible, Mephibosheth, because of the carer that was handling him, when there was war, he mistakenly threw the child on the floor, and the child got crippled for life. So in that case, there were, some negligence or, here and there. But then it is not your fault. It is not your fault that the child is having these issues. You don't need to wear it like a badge. You don't need to wear it on your body. You don't need to put it on your sleeve. That is your fault. That's why this child is having this issue. Because every informed decision you make today can shape tomorrow. So it's not your fault. Know that every decision you make today can shape your child's tomorrow. So focus on what you can do now. Focus on what, because knowledge is power. Focus on the power you are having now to run. Focus on what you can do now and what you can run with that can bring the necessary changes. You don't need to have it all figured out. You are not a Superman. That was why I said on Friday that you are not El Shaddai. Yes, you shall die. If you want to do that, you want to be everything. You want to be the Superman. You want to be the, all in all, be everything that there is to that child. No, you need to also take care of yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give what you don't have. So you need that to be in place. Thank you. So the biggest mistake isn't giving your child the wrong food. The biggest mistake isn't giving your child the wrong food, because I want to talk about mistakes some parents make. They feel it's because I gave my child the wrong food, that is why they are having developmental issues. Because I gave the wrong food, that's why they no. The biggest mistake is believing that one food or one supplement or one therapy can change everything. That's one biggest mistake parents make. So I'm going to be sharing some few mistakes that some parents make, in this section. They feel there's one supplement. When they're looking for this, they're looking for this gbogbo miche, they call it this part of the world. They want one thing that will cure headache, that will cure stomach ache, that will cure leg ache, ear ache, eye ache, toothache, everything. They want to check one medication to handle both fever, both typhoid, both any bacteria and whatever, all in one. So it's not a mistake of one food, but it's a mistake of wanting one supplement, one therapy session, one thing to just heal everything. So that's the biggest mistake, expecting one food to do all that. It is a combination of foods. It is a combination of therapy sections. It is in a combination of things, different interventions you are doing. It is in a combination of different exercises. It is not in one. It is not in one day full sleep that you will use to get transformation. If you sleep for 20 hours, you will have fatigue. If you sleep too much, you have fatigue. If you sleep too much, you wake up more tired. Your back will ache you for lying too much on the bed for several hours more than necessary. So it is not in the accumulation of it. It is not in, okay, I heard there is water is good. You decide to drink 10 liters a day. You might be putting too much pressure on your kidney. So we are running up this month. So we'll just be touching a few things we've mentioned for like a refresher, and for you to also remember all that have been said. So don't hear water is good, hydration is good, you jump in and you fill your water with, you fill your jar or your jug with 10 liters and you go it on your body, and before you know it, you're looking like one hallelujah drum. No, because you heard that sleep is good, you now go and lie down. Nobody's, in fact, I want to sleep the one I would have slept last week, the one that my child was. You force them and say, okay, you must sleep for 24 hours non-stop. No. So it is not in one day thing. It's not in one quick fixes. That's why I personally, I don't believe in one magic wand, one quick fix. Commit to a process. That's why we always tell you, if you are not in any community, if you are not in the Peacemaker Parents Tribe, which is one of the greatest places you can be, I am doing this from the place of knowledge, from the place of certification, and also from the place of personal experience. Because a man with the experience is never at the mercy of the man with the arguments. I have proven it. I have had a child who had gone through it and is 9 years old now. So it's not a matter of just head knowledge or hearsay. You see information, you jump and you just move with it without you experience it. How do you take someone through a path you too have not gone through? Is a path I've gone through. So I can tell you for free. Because when you see this child is children on the spectrum, there's something called comorbidity. It comes with, so that it doesn't just come, let's say you're having the child is having ADHD. It can come with ADHD and dyslexia at the same time. ADHD and gut issues. You see comorbidity, so many things at the same time. It's having emotional adverse anxiety and all that is the same time having sensory needs, high sensory needs, having cognitive issues. Having cognitive issue could be dysgraphia, dyscalculia, dyslexia, dyspraxia. It's having different kinds. Sorry, we are not here to mention big names. It's not about all that. Pardon my names. So, but it's not in all those learning disabilities, because they are all learning disabilities in general. So it's not about learning differences. So when someone has gone through a path and is telling you, this is it, you need to listen. So if you are not in a community that supports, that understands, that cares, you need to join the Peacemaker Parents Tribe. There we will hold you by your hand. We're going to show you what is obtainable. We're going to show you what to do and how to move from the point where you are to the next point. If your child was in level 3, you move from level 3 to level 2. If your child was in level 2, you move from level 2 to level 1. So it is something that is doable, practical transformation, not just theories. We don't operate theories. So if you have not registered, you could be the only one left out, because we are not taking too much. We're going to be taking those we can have personal touch with, those we can have personal experience with. It's not about just gathering people and they are lost in the crowd. You don't know what they are doing. You're not able to have feelings have a touch to what they are doing. So we need people that could experience one-on-one. We need to be committed to the process. We need to be in your affair when it comes to raising that child. So we'll be shutting the door soon, because we've had a series of registrations. We'll be shutting the door soon. If you are not there or you are still considering joining, you will not regret it. That's all I can say about that. So that being said, transformation is not in one thing. Transformation happens because of several interventions. It does not happen because of one thing. It happens because of healthy decisions that are repeated every day. We know last week we talked about habits. We talked about habits because it's not, if you want to transform anything, it's not in one day. So it is in healthy, repeated decisions that you do every day. So now I want to give the house analogy. That's the environment, the house. I want to give an analogy of the house. Imagine building a house. You are trying to build a house. Do you start from the roof? If you want to build, do you start from the roof? You start from the foundation. You start from the foundation. You don't start from the root. You don't start from the roof. So that's how it is when you're talking about helping a child thrive with developmental issues. You start from the foundation. You begin with the foundation. Therapies are important. Education is important. Medical care is important. But if the body is not well nourished, even if you are doing other interventions, it will not work. Therapy is important, education is important, but a body that is not well nourished, every other intervention is just working harder, but is not getting the desired result. So nutrition, it does not replace so much of all those things. Nutrition does not replace therapy. Nutrition does not replace education. You won't say because you are eating right, you will not get educated. No, it does not take the place of education. But most of them might not take the place of others. But nutrition is a foundation. It is very crucial. That is where you start from. So I don't know if you are getting it. So nutrition is the foundation. You don't start building from the roof. You start from the foundation. You start from the ground floor, the DPC level. That is the most important before you start putting bricks and roof and all that. Get to the native level, then you roof and everything. Before you start doing the aesthetics, you start putting all the what's it called, windows and lighting, all the fittings, everything you need to do, the plumbing, the piping, you do all that. So you start from what is important. You start from what is important because nutrition supports the body that receives therapy. Nutrition supports the body that is getting the brain that is getting educated. Nutrition supports the body that needs to be well fed. So now I'm giving you 5 pillars every parent should build it. 5 pillars. Pillar number 1 is nourish your child before you try to start correcting behavior, try to start correcting anything. Nourish before you correct. Number 1, nourish before you correct. Because many parents spend all day correcting behavior. Yeah, ask yourself first, is my child hungry before you start correcting any behavior? Did he have good sleep? Is my child dehydrated? Is my child constipated? So before you start correcting behavior, ask first, is my child dehydrated? Is he constipated? Did he have, because sometimes behavior is communication. We have heard that severally throughout this month, that behavior is communication. It's telling you about something that isn't right. It's telling you about something that is going on. It's telling you about something you need to pay attention to. So it's not about just trying to fix that behavior. It's not something you just fix, but you try it from the inside and know what actually is wrong. So number 2 is progress over perfection. Dear parents, on your journey with your child, don't focus on perfection. We are not, even me, I'm not perfect in it yet. Don't focus on perfection. Focus on progress. I'm not perfect in it yet, but are we making progress? Sure, we're making huge progress. So don't focus on perfection. Focus on steady progress. Focus on making steady, daily, everyday progress. That is most crucial than just being perfect. That is most crucial than just being perfect. Don't focus on perfection. Don't focus on making it, just having it all figured out, because you need consistency. You don't need a perfect diet. You don't need a perfect diet. You need consistency. And you start with one healthy meal today. You can start with one healthy meal today. You can start with one healthy meal per time, not just about trying to be perfect. I don't know if you're getting that. You start with one healthy meal per time. Start with healthy meal today, and tomorrow, small improvements repeated for months becomes life-changing. One healthy meal today, and tomorrow, before you know it, it becomes consistent for 1 month. Before you know it, you start seeing life changes, life transformational changes as you're doing that. So don't focus on intensity, focus on consistency. Don't focus on intensity, focus on consistency. So pillar number 3 is feed the whole family. I applied this and I saw great changes. Imagine me having 5 children. I want to start saying that, oh, this child does not like this. I will make a special meal for child A. I'll make a special meal for a child with special needs because he needs this. I will make a special meal for me, and because I'm on a weight loss, I'm doing dieting. I'll make a special meal for daddy. How is that sustainable? If I do it for 1 week, we are be able to go further. So most times when I'm changing me, when I find out that this one is not good, that's why I evaluate a lot. I journal a lot. I try to check and see reactions. I read labels. I read reactions. I'm a detective. That's why I told you, parents, you are a detective when it comes to handling your children. So you sit to observe and see how is the child reacting after taking this particular meal. How is the child behaving after, okay, being on this diet? you know what to change. When I was to remove gluten from my children's diets, for instance, my focus mainly was for the child with developmental issues. I wanted to stop gluten, as much as possible. I just made it a general thing for the whole house. I've never seen anybody die because they did not take gluten. I've never seen anybody get, ill because they did not take it. I just took it out and was able to balance. So you taking out spaghetti, taking out noodles from your entire family's diet, you can't take from one and still be exposed to, because what the child is getting exposed to, it is very, very vital. So you need to know what to do. So one major pillar, which is pillar 3, is feed the whole family. Don't cook one meal for your special needs child and another for everyone else. Please, you need to avoid it. You need to avoid it. So don't cook one special meal for this child. So people even say that they have special pots that they use to cook for that child. Special pots, special things that the child uses. No, let it not be like you're not segregating. Let it not be like you are stigmatizing. Let the child flow with everyone. Let the child flow with everything that every other person is taking. You don't need to now separate his things. Are you that going to separate his bed, separate the house he's also living in, or high? So let the feeding be general. What is good for one is good for another. What is good for special needs is good for neurotypical. So if excess sugar is not good for that child with additional needs, there is no how excess sugar is also good for a neurotypical child. So it's not until you feed different meals that you know that you are making progress. If you are taking out highly processed food, take it out from the entire meal for the whole family. For instance, now, trying to remove those highly processed food, taking all those things from the meal of my child also helped me in transforming my child. I also got transformed. I was able to lose up to 35 kg, and I'm still on it because I was able to change the diet my child was in, and at the same time, better my own journey. So don't make that mistake, because it has helped me. If not, I would have battled with weight loss, because how would I have been cooking up to 4 different meals every day? Not like 4 different meals for the entire family, 4 different meals per time. Maybe for breakfast, I'll do 4 different meals. For lunch, I'll do 4 different meals. For snacks, 4 different kinds of snacks and everything. For dinner, the same thing. No, it would have gotten me so overwhelmed and frustrated. I would have not been able to carry on, because you will need, even if you're not the one cooking the meals or whatever yourself, you must be there to supervise. And we have thought that before. Don't leave it into the hands of another. You can seek for help, because you surely need help. But try as much as possible to supervise what someone is doing for you when it comes to this child. And don't look for the quick, the easy way out. You do the time today, you do it tomorrow. Either way, you pay the price. If you don't do that time today, you will still do it tomorrow. Either ways, you pay the price. So make sure that your eyes, and you don't run away from things, because no one has ever said that parenting a special needs child is easy. Don't feel that me, and I don't also like starting what I cannot finish. How sustainable is like you saying that you are going to, because you want to lose weight, you are going to be on one particular meal all your life. How possible indeed can you sustain that? You try to do crash program, you can't sustain it. So that's why you need to pay attention to what your child is eating, and you need to feed your entire family. So that mistake of trying to, because I've seen a lot of persons that tried it, they got frustrated in the end. They got frustrated that they could not pull through, because you're trying to feed Emeka with this food, and Janet is eating the other one, and Naomi is eating. No, let them eat one. That's why you need to prioritize feeding your entire family healthy meals. If you are taking away MSG, you are not easy to cook. Don't cook for. I don't cook with MSG in my entire house. I don't cook with MSG, no matter how big that pot is. Even if I'm cooking 10 liters of soup, even if I'm cooking 12 liters of stew, I do not put MSG, and it still tastes well. There are a lot of healthier alternatives you can go for. Lots of very healthier alternatives you can actually go for, and the food will still come out better and healthier and more sustainable. So if I'm not cooking with MSG, someone saying I don't cook MSG for the child with it, but I give you the other. So is it the other children that needs it? Is it not good for them? Is it not good for them? My mom, when we were younger, like I was talking about habits the other day, she doesn't just put it in the entire family spot. She don't put MSG. So I grew up knowing that if you want to do one thing, just do it generally. Probably she didn't like it, and she also had an understanding that okay, she does not need it and it's not good. Everyone's meal was not. She will cook more with healthier oil instead of all those groundnut oil. She will even use palm oil and all that in moderation. So it is very, very important because you see a lot of people now they feel is in those seed oils that they are getting. Is seed oils are not too good. Go for olive oil. Go for coconut oil. Go for avocado oil. Go for Nigeria palm oil. These are good, especially if you take it in, because it's good doesn't mean that you should now pack oil and just be feeding the child. So let everyone participate in the healthy food. Don't make the child feel different. Don't make the child feel left out. Pillar 4, healing takes time. Can I see that in the comment section? Healing takes time. There is nothing on earth that you are building that will not take time. So don't get frustrated along the way. Don't get tired because you are not seeing results. Healing takes time. A seed does not become a tree overnight. A seed does not become a tree overnight. Don't expect that you are putting in the work today, tomorrow you are just seeing a different child altogether. Miracles do happen. I believe in miracles, but I know that God is a God of process. That is why God himself sent his son. He came and he grew. Like I said on Friday, you will not give birth to a child in the hospital and the child will start talking from the hospital. You will throw that child away and run. You will not give birth to a child and from that day, the child start walking. There will be a process. The child will need to develop those muscles to be able to sit upright without falling. To be able to carry neck control is the first thing you want to make sure that is intact. There will be neck control. There will be good sitting position, carrying the neck where they will be crawling. They will be standing and they will be walking. That's why most times in science, there is a saying that those that did not crawl, it affects them later on. That's why later on they will tell them to also go and learn how to crawl. Yes, because it helped both the right and the left hemisphere. They learn how to crawl. You need to go back to crawling. So any stage that the child misses, it has a way of affecting that child. So healing takes time. Don't feel it's in a rush. Don't feel it's in the urgency. Healing takes time. Anything worthwhile takes time. Is it a tree that you just plant seed today and you have the tree the next day? No. Is it in the house you are living that you just start foundation today, the next day you pack into the house and start living? No. Everything worthwhile, everything you are building takes time. You need to settle this and have peace. Settle this and have peace. It takes time. It takes time. Time is a major factor when it comes to helping a child with developmental issues thrive. Time is the very major factor. So your child's body also needs time because tree will not become overnight tree from seed. So your child's body needs time. Celebrate every small improvement. Celebrate every small improvement. Judge God faithful. If you celebrate God for his finger, you will see his hand. Celebrate him for the little things you are seeing. You will see the bigger things. So celebrate the better sleep. If your child slept well and slept for 10 hours stretch without waking up to jump and play and just disturb around, celebrate that. If your child had less constipation, which is very vital, you don't know how inconveniencing it is for constipation. If your child had more eye contact, celebrate it. If your child was less hyperactive, celebrate it. If your child had more energy to do things, celebrate it. Celebrate every progress because healing takes time. Celebrate better appetites. It was with more food. Small wins matters. Small wins matters. Don't focus on until it's in high wins. Small wins matters, and it is very crucial that you pay attention to this. Now, pillar number 5. Parents need support too. Talking about pillars to help a special needs parent. Parents need support too. You were never meant to do this alone. I always say this. Knowledge without accountability often becomes forgotten information. Knowledge without accountability. Let me hear you say that. Knowledge without accountability often becomes forgotten information. Knowledge, there is knowledge overdose. You keep hearing and not implementing. Knowledge without accountability often becomes forgotten information. So community creates that consistency. Community helps to create that consistency. That is why we keep telling you, if you are not in any accountability, go and join. Look for one to join and help your child, because that child will never remain the age where he or she is at the moment. So I want to ask this question. 3 questions every parent should ask every day. These are 3 questions every parent should ask every day. Instead of asking, what is wrong with my child? Ask, what is my child trying to communicate? Instead of asking, what is wrong with my child? Ask, what is my child trying to communicate? Instead of asking, why is it not working? Ask, what small change can I make today? Because I've told you that healing takes time. It's a small progress, that small changes that lead to big progress. Instead of asking, why is it not working? Ask, what change can I make today? So instead of asking, when will everything become perfect? Because I hear this a lot. Parents like this one. When will everything become perfect? When will everything be over? When will everything this? When will I stop saying this? Instead of asking, will everything be perfect? Ask yourself, am I moving in the right direction? Because that's what matters most. Instead of asking, when will everything be over? Ask yourself, am I moving in the right direction? So I'm giving you a challenge today. Today, choose one habit. One, not 20. Choose one habit, not 40. Just one that you can run with. It could be reduce sugary drinks, take away soda, make sure that you don't drink all those mineral, whatever they call it, sodas, sugary drinks, fizzy drinks, carbonated drinks. Take it away. It could be you are adding one more vegetables to your child's diet. It could be that you are drinking more water instead of one water bottle. Make sure that the child, after the child is spending like 8 hours in school, to come back in the evening just to take maybe dinner and sleep, make sure the child goes to school with like 2 water bottles. It could be like, that. So I'm giving that challenge today. Pick those things and stay consistent for the next 30 days, which is 1 month. Stay consistent for the next 30 days, because small habits changes lives. Small habits changes life. So that's why I'm calling you, for you to have that consistency, that daily habit you need. Join the inner circle if you have not. Because for the past month, I have poured my heart into these sessions. You can also testify about that. I've poured my heart into these sessions because I believe every parent deserves practical nutritional guidance and hope. I believe they need it. But here is the truth. The 1 hour life that we have can inspire you. The 30 minutes life that we have every day can inspire you. It cannot walk beside you every week. If I ask you what we taught the first day in detail, now you might not be able to tell me word for word. So the 1 hour, the 30 minutes, now this is 30 something minutes life every day cannot give you that transformation that you need. It cannot walk beside you every day. So real transformation comes from ongoing learning. It comes from ongoing learning, encouragement, accountability, and having someone ask when challenges arise. Having someone also rise when challenges arise. That's why I created the inner circle, the Pacesetter Parents Tribe. It is not for parents looking for quick fixes. So if you know it's quick fixes you are looking for, don't bother to come. It is not for parents looking for quick fixes. It's not for the one that to say today, I give my child Indomie. Yeah, I'm expecting that it should be better because I just added one carrot inside. I gave my child noodles and I expected because I put vegetable at least. No, it's not for parents looking for excuses because excuses are tenable. My mentor will say, those that make them are not wise. Those that make them are not wise. It is for parents who are ready to build healthy habits. It's for parents who are ready to ask questions, celebrate progress, and grow alongside a community that understands this journey. So if you are ready to move from simply gathering information, simply all the information, because a lot of people know how to attend trainings, know how to attend free webinars. Me, I know that there is nothing free anyway. So they know how to just go from one free webinar to from one training, from one learning. So move from gathering information to consistently applying it, because it is not what you heard that changes you, it is what you act upon that changes you. It is not what you heard that changes you, it's what you act upon, what you implement that helps you, and you love to welcome you. So in closing today, remember this: your child does not need a perfect parent. You don't need to be perfect. Oh. Don't see yourself and get yourself worked up that, because I could not do this, or because I could not do that. That's why your child needs a parent who is willing to keep learning. Your child needs a parent who is willing to keep learning. Every healthy meal is an act of love. Every informed choice is an investment. Every small steps matters. Every small step, and together, small steps becomes extraordinary transformations. Together, small steps becomes extraordinary transformations. So we will be calling it a day, and we'll be saying tomorrow. Tomorrow is the end of the month. Tomorrow is the end of June. And tomorrow we're going to be having an interesting session. We're going to be having a guest tomorrow. How many are excited to hear that? We're going to be having a guest tomorrow. Come on time, get ready to get your transformation that you desire. So if you are new here, I am Jennifer Okoduga, the lead coach of the Pacesetter Parents Tribe, the founder of the Pacesetter Parents Learning Hub, the Pacesetter Mom Learning Hub. So if you have not registered for our program, do where to do that. We have free resources everywhere. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, follow us on our TikTok and all social media handles. To follow us, subscribe, and turn on the notification. It will make you know when we are live, when we post, and when we drop relevant information. So thank you for joining. I do not take your time for granted, especially those that have been here all throughout from the first day. I say well done to you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for staying true. I honor and appreciate you, sir, Ama. Thank you, and God bless you. Do have an amazing rest of the day. Goodbye.